Okay, we are repotting my poor little orchid. Sue is helping. Sue is the garden expert.
I'm going to try and get the bottom torn away because of the nice healthy roots coming through those little
There's
holes.
scissors there.
Let's see if I can do this. We're going to sacrifice some of these roots, but try not to sacrifice all of them because they're coming through these little slits, which is the only
Which means that it
problem.
needs to be repotted at that point.
Oh, yeah. This is going to take a little bit of doing because I want to get over this way.
Do you want a knife instead? Would a knife make it easier?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe, because I got to try and open up some of these slits.
Like that kind of a knife, or like a box
A
knife?
smaller, how about like a paring knife?
Like one of these?
That I'm not going to kill myself with.
All right.
All I want to do is I want to get it out of here without damaging these brand new roots too much.
Oh, so you don't want to sacrifice those then?
No, I don't, because those are the nice healthy ones.
Okay.
So I just want to try and save some of them.
Okay.
Which means getting around to there.
Okay. Thought maybe you can sort of work around with that.
Yeah, I might be able. Oh, yeah. That might be what I need for in.
Just
Just a minute here. Okay.
Okay, so we saved the live one, and then we're sacrificing the other ones.
Yeah,
But
so-
even though that got kind of stripped and held onto the container, it's going to be okay?
Yep, I think so. So now the next thing you do, once we get it out of here, there. Here, throw this into the sink for the moment. Out of the way. Okay, so now we just sort of loosen things off a little bit. See these ones here? These are all dead and old. Okay, so we're going to do some trimming.
Now I've heard where you should have all your tools and everything sterilized before you do any of this. What do you think? Because I mean we've got the instant hot water. You can.
Yeah, no,
It's not that critical.
you haven't been transplanting any other
No.
orchids with these, so I
No.
wouldn't worry about it.
No. So
Basically,
all those
so-
dark brown ones are
The
dead.
ones that you can see that are shriveled like this,
Yeah.
you just cut them off.
Now,
You're just
so you're
loosening.
you're untangling them.
Yeah, you're going to loosen everything off. You want to get rid of the dead ones, so I'm like going to cut that off. But some of them are still pretty healthy.
So even though they're brown, they're considered healthy.
Yeah.
So how do you know when they're dead then?
Well, see how like the end of this one's shriveled?
Yeah. So you just
Okay.
cut that end off or the whole thing off?
Yeah. Well, I so far. Basically, I'm just cutting off the worst of it. If it's dead most of the way, I'll take the whole thing off, like this one here. So
Okay.
I'm going to take it back to there.
And how
Okay.
often should you transplant them? So now, I mean, we've put this in water, not as long as we should, but this
Yeah.
is that.
See what I'm doing here? I'm loosening
Orchid
everything
food.
up, and I'm getting all the old stuff out because see how it's more like soil than.
And soil actually doesn't let it breathe.
That's
'cause
right.
These are air plants, correct?
So this is why you do need to repot them every couple years because the bark breaks down and turns like more into soil. So then the
And then
roots
it can
aren't
actually
breathing.
drown itself, so to speak.
Yeah. So see how.
Increasing it, yes.
Just so you know, okay, so you're going to have to do this again in about a year because look how it's already pretty full.
Okay, so when it starts to come through the bottom or anything else, that's time to change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now you just put it gently in, and then you're going to put this orchid food around
Put
it.
a little bit of. So we need to drain this.
Okay. So we're going to drain it.
Yeah, we're going to drain this.
Let's drain it in the sink.
Here. Yeah, it's garbage now. You can just cut it up. The black one. This is a little bit taller.
Because we don't want to have to you know, probably repot it every once in a while.
Well, yeah, usually about every 2 years, year and a half to 2 years, but I have a feeling you're gonna need to do this a little bit sooner. And so,
And when will I know it's time to repot it?
well,
Like
there
if you're
again,
putting in this, when the roots
when
start
you're
coming
seeing
out?
lots of stuff coming out the top and when you're seeing stuff coming out the bottom.
Okay.
Okay? So this one here, see how, you know, you had a whole bunch coming out the top?
Yeah.
There's still going to be some, but not as many because they're going to be...
So what are they doing when they're coming out of the top? They're just looking for more air? What are they looking
Yeah, these plants are epiphytic. They don't actually need to be in this orchid bark. You could actually, if you wanted to do a little bit more watering and misting, you could actually wire them to a piece of bark with some moss.
for? Yeah, because they grow in trees,
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is where this comes in.
So you're just just filling
Poking.
it in and around.
That's right. You want to kind of shake it down. It's amazing how much it'll take sometimes.
So what's so special about using orchid soil or whatever the
Well, the
an
bark,
orchid mix?
because it's and there's different sizes of the bark. This one takes the bigger pieces or medium mix. There's finer stuff for smaller rooted orchids.
And it's just because the soil will actually, if you have soil or if it breaks down to soil, then you can actually kill the plant because it can't breathe.
Yeah, that's right. The roots need to breathe, and that's what this stuff helps with.
Okay.
And then this is where the chopstick comes in handy because you can just sort of wiggle the stuff down.
I was wondering what you were going to use the chopstick for.
Yeah, because of that tangle of roots, right?
So when do you put in like a support for the flower stalk? Do you put it in at this point, or do you put it in when it starts to flower?
I put them in when they start to flower.
So you don't bother until it starts to flower? Okay.
No. Then when I see the new flower spikes coming out, then I'll put a support in. Now, I've never used one with a hook on the bottom like that.
Okay.
So they usually go in pretty easily. You just
Okay,
kind of
just a
wiggle
straight,
them.
yeah.
You just kind of wiggle them in.
Okay. Is there enough of that mix?
I think there's going to be for this pot, yeah.
Okay, good. See, if you didn't know better, you would have just planted it in soil and then you would have totally killed it.
Oh, yeah.
Because people get orchids all the time and then they don't know what to do with them.
Well, the other thing is very often the smaller ones are in moss.
yeah.
And you can grow them in moss, but you have to be really careful because the moss holds the water so much more, so you water them less. But there again, they don't breathe as well, so it's more finicky. This is
Yeah, I got this actually at a
easier.
plant store
Yeah.
for orchids. So
yeah.
I was trying to save it. It's my last one.
You are saving it.
Well, no, you're saving it. I will protect it from here on, but I got to know what I'm doing.
And then the other thing I'm going to try and do is put more stuff on this side just to try and keep it a little bit more upright.
Okay.
I need to put it back over here.
Okay. Let's see if this plant survives. I am going to turn it this side to the sunshine so that it leans towards the light, correct?
Yes.
And then, but it looks so much better now. It looks happy. Thank you, Sue.
No problem.